These 23-year-olds are making £40,000 a month.
If you're looking at the figures now, our best months, you're sort of looking at 40k a month.
Meet Jake and Joe. They dropped out of university to turn their car detailing side hustle into a full-time operation. They started their journey in cleaning cars for just £5 an hour. Then they spent £2,000 on a camera and began posting content on social media, which changed everything.
You know, I made a booking the other day, £2,000 just because of TikTok.
Now, their clients include millionaire business owners and Premier League footballers from all over the country. In this video, they break down how they use social media to acquire customers, the money you can earn in the detailing industry, and the blueprint of how anyone can make thousands a month with a car detailing business. This is more than numbers.
Before we get into anything, J&J is a car detailing business. Talk to me about what a car detailing business is.
So car detailing is like intricate cleaning of cars. So we work on a lot of high-end cars, as you can see. We've got these Ferraris, Lambos, and even your regular vehicles, you know. So we've got a mobile team who goes out and we do our maintenance cleans where we maintain the look of the cars. And the detailing side is ensuring that we're safely washing the car, getting all the areas like behind the wheels, in the wheel arch, in your vents inside the car, like every area's looked after. It's not like your standard, you know, you go down to the car wash and they've done a £5 quick job.
Let's take it back a bit, how you got about starting J&J Detailing.
Started about 3 years ago now, just from the backs of our Fiestas.
Yeah.
So we started knocking neighbours, like windows, doors, everything, saying like, we can clean your car, it'll be 20 quid.
Yeah.
We started building up and then slowly, like everyone in the local area was trying to book us in and we upped our prices, kept on upping them. And then slowly, all the money we cooped up from profits, just put straight into our first van.
Got a van, it was like £2,000 van.
Yeah.
What was sort of the expenses that you had to put towards cleaning cars at that time?
Just 150 quid Maguires from Halfords.
What was in that?
Snow foam,
compound polish, wax.
Yeah.
Like, if you just literally like the most basic stuff you can get. Like you can literally walk to Halfords now, little kit, and like that kit's only made to really, you know, now and then clean your car. So we started with that. We had borrowed my dad's jet wash and your dad's vacuum.
Yeah.
And then the back of the Fiesta, this is when we started.
So you mentioned you bought a van for 2K, and this is a mobile car detailing business. Why is it mobile, not just here at your studio?
So the roots of our business were actually mobile. Like we started out in the cars and then we needed some more space. We bought a jet wash, we bought bigger, better machinery. So then we needed a van to put the stuff in. So we got the van, we were 18, the business had no accounts. We couldn't get a loan to go somewhere like this and buy this equipment.
Yeah.
And it was convenience and that was our original customer base. So with the little money we had, the van was the least startup cost basically, so it made the most sense for us.
Yeah.
Joe, let's head inside and talk more about the marketing and get into it. So Joe, you guys have got over 200,000 followers on TikTok and Instagram. Talk to me about how important social media is for you guys.
Instagram is where it all started for us because we got to a point where we were on about 1,000 followers and then we were kind of stuck and we weren't getting more work. So one day I just decided to get a camera, a couple lenses, a couple mics. We spent about £2,000, so it was a big investment for back then. And then using this camera on Instagram, we got it all the way up to 40k within a few months, and obviously now we're at 110.
Yeah.
The video, posting a reel every single day, posting good quality photos every day, that's what made us busy. That's what got mobile detailing to the point where it was generating enough income for us to come into here. Now we're really pushing TikTok, so we've gone all the way to 130k followers, and on that platform we're getting a lot of messages and bookings. And also I've had cars come nationally just from people seeing it. Like I had a car come from Jersey, I've had cars come from Liverpool, Manchester, and it does definitely work. You know, I made a booking the other day, £2,000 just because of TikTok, a little TikTok video.
Yeah, talk to me about the organic versus paid type of social media aspect.
So we have done a fair bit of paid marketing in the past. When we first started, you know, we spent money on ads and stuff like that. We didn't really know what we were doing.
Yeah.
And then a few months ago, we took on a guy who does our paid ads for us now, and he set up a system with us where we've got a couple softwares that we use to track everything. There's proper sales funnels. Yeah. It worked well for us and it got us a good amount of work, but because our organic's so powerful now, organic seems to work better for us. So our paid stuff's now just on Google with the paid ads, and then on social media it's just pure organic.
Talk to me about the sort of expense that goes into marketing.
So we've got SEO that's done for us, and we've got just paid marketing with Google. I think we probably spend nearly £3,000 a month just on that side of things, and then Then in terms of organic, it's just the time that it takes to shoot everything and edit it and post it out. If you went on it, like you guys have seen our Instagram, it's not just cars. There's a lot of us on there. It's a lot personal, so people feel like they connect with us and can trust us.
Talk to me about the couple of big names you guys have had down at JnJ Detailing.
So we're in Birmingham, so we've done quite a few football players' cars. We've worked on Nelson Semedo's cars. We've been down to his house and done a few cars for him there. And same with Ruben Neves. We've worked on some of his cars as well. And in terms of other high-profile people, it'd just be like business owners in the area who've, we're talking people who are worth £400–500 million. I'd say that a lot of the professionals probably come from Instagram and word of mouth in the local area. Like Instagram, it gives us a lot of exposure. My LinkedIn profile, I'm connected to a lot of high profile and local businesses on there. So we do a lot of work for big local businesses. Like we know the guys at Gymshark, at Lounge, and Dynasty Partners who supplied that Ferrari outside there. These type of people will be networking in a similar circle.
What is your sort of plan or vision for marketing going forward?
We will carry on working hard on Instagram and TikTok like we are. We're pushing it recently, last few months. One of our videos reached 11 million views on Instagram.
No way.
And TikTok 7–8 million as well, just within the last month. So it's really been blowing up. We want to take it to the next level, and we are actually thinking about hiring a full-time videographer so that we can move on to YouTube as the main platform, because we can document longer form content on there and what's actually going on day in, day out. And I think that would really help us out.
Any chance we can head over to the studio and see how the work gets done?
Yeah, let's go.
So we're inside the studio and this is where all the cars get detailed out. Talk to me about how much it costs to make the studio.
I think all in, the whole build was about 50 grand. That's including the floor from garage style, 10 grand door, lights were about £1,000. We've got a machine upstairs which were about 10 grand.
10 grand?
Yeah.
What does the machine do?
For the PPF, it prints out like all the PPF for every car.
Sort of at what stage you decide, all right, damn, we need a studio?
Like the mobile valeting was doing really well, but there isn't a time where we're like now's right. It was just like, let's just go and see what happens, and here we are now.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's benefits to having a studio like this.
It's allowed us to provide a lot of new services. So we now do window tinting, we do vinyl wrapping, we do coatings inside, and mainly, which is our main thing, is the paint protection film. So one of the reasons why the cost of all this build is so high is because the facility has to be certain conditions for us to apply the paint protection film inside. So we're talking certain temperatures. There can't be dust in here, so dust control systems and all that kind of stuff, so that we can actually provide a quality job. So it's allowed us to take the business from just doing mobile car cleaning all the way up to doing paint protection film for high-end cars like the Lamborghinis and Ferraris that you've seen.
So you've got a few cars outside, you've got the Defender, you've got the Lambo, the Ferraris out there as well. How many cars can fit inside the studio?
So we can store about 3 cars, but we comfortably work on 2 cars at a time.
Let's get them cars in. Gents, we've got cars worth over 500k behind us, but before we get into the detailing of those cars, let's talk numbers. Do you remember how much you made from your first detailing job?
Yeah, so the first job we ever did was actually 20 quid, and it roughly took us about 9 hours of work. The car was absolutely battered, like stains, sick, mold everywhere. Took us 9 hours, then he gave us 20 quid at the end and gave us a 20 quid tip as well, and we were gassed.
Compared to now, like how much are you guys making per month now?
I think if you're looking at the figures now, our best months, you're sort of looking at 40k a month, which is sort of like mind-blowing compared to what we were doing back in the day.
And what would you say the most expensive car you've done so far?
Most of them sit in that 400 to 500k mark. You've got cars like the 911 GT3 RS, you've got this Aventador SVJ behind us. So cars of that calibre, there's been a fair few that we've worked on. And then we've worked on your custom cars like your Brabus, G-Wagons, Urban Defender here, and even an ABT one of 125 RS7 as well.
And talk to me about the profit margins of a car detailing company. What kind of profits are you guys looking at?
I think because we do various services, so with mobile detailing the margins are different. With tinting, wrapping, and even PPF, every margin is different. But I think as an overall business, you know, you could do something around the 40% mark.
In terms of your expenses, what would you say your overhead costs typically are?
Electric, water, unit costs, wages mostly. We've got 2 lads working for us full time. We've also got a guy running our SEO, marketing. So yeah, it goes a lot into the wages.
And the products you have to sort of carry out a detailing job on these cars, how much do those products cost you?
We order in bulk, so we'll order 25 litres of everything, and when I do an order, I can spend a couple £1,000 buying the stuff in. We bought like the machinery and stuff like that, which you only, you know, you buy it once until it breaks. Your vacuums and your plotter, which costs us 10,000, all that kind of stuff's already bought. One of the most expensive ones is obviously when we're doing a full paint protection film on a car, you're talking in the thousands just to buy the material to do the job.
So you guys have an established list of services you provide. How have you come up with the pricing for these services?
So for our mobile stuff, we do it on the distance, the conditions of the cars and the sizes of the cars.
And on average per month, how many cars do you work on?
So our mobile team, which there's just one van, he probably does 80 cars a month. And then in here, it really varies. Like we can have projects that go on for 2 weeks, a week or a couple of days. I'd say on average though, in here we have 2 cars a week for paint protection film. And then as I said, mobile, we're looking at around the 80 mark.
Jens, talk to me about your booking system.
We get a lot of messages on WhatsApp, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, all these platforms, and even through the website and email. So what we try and do is we try and gather just the simple details, what someone wants done, what car they've got, their name and their number, and then it's then put into our system where we give them a call, we give them a quote, we send it over, and then if they want to proceed with it, all they've got to do is just press select, comes back to us where we collect a deposit, and then we check the diary, put them in, and that's it. It will automatically send them a reminder that they've been booked in, and you know everything's now automated in that sense.
Jake, talk to me about what you're going to do to this car.
So we're going to apply XBEL PPF film to this just to protect it from swells, scratches, but it'll just be easier to show you.
So apart from this, what other services do you guys provide?
So we also do machine polishing, ceramic coating, we do window tints, we do the vinyl wrapping, so the actual colour change. If you've got a white car and you want it purple, we do that type of wrapping as well.
Gents, we're back outside. This is the JnJ mobile detailing van. How much does this van cost you?
I think the van cost us around 10k and the setup inside was around 15k in total.
Yeah, and what services does the van provide?
So in the back of the van, Shane's got a lot of tools which help him do our mobile detailing. That includes our maintenance cleans, our deep cleans, and we even do some coatings and polishing outside. So the services that we do provide mobile, they range from £90 and they go all the way up to 450.
Okay.
Some jobs can be 3 hours and then some jobs can be a whole day.
So you guys have been running the business for the last 3 years. Talk to me about some of the challenges you faced growing a business.
I think one of the biggest problems we faced was being young. No one respected us from the start. We turn up to customers' jobs and they'd say, do you know what you're actually doing? Or we turn up at dealerships and they wouldn't sort of know, like trust that we know what we're doing.
Get judged
Instantly. Even to this day, with the sort of respect we've got, no one really sort of takes you serious until you sort of show what we can do. Yeah.
In terms of challenges as well, what's sort of been a challenge that's cost you a lot of money?
Like the thing is, we started as just cleaning cars, then we started learning how to detail cars properly. We moved into learn how to window tint. So all these things cost thousands of pounds, and then making sure that the studio, we had to put enough money in the studio to make sure it was the perfect facility to be able to provide them services. And then when we got to paint protection film, we know people that have been doing it 5 years, 10 years, and they're still finding it difficult. Like, it's a long-term skill.
Yeah, you have to be a perfectionist with it. We've stripped off thousands and thousands of pounds worth of film because it's not right.
Yeah, no, fairs. And moving forward, how do you guys plan on scaling and expanding JnJ Detailing?
I think you've touched on earlier that we want to look at going into sort of the body kit part of the business, so providing body kits for our customers on high-end cars, but also your daily drivers, your BMWs, your Audis.
If there was someone out there who wanted to start a mobile car detailing service, what piece of advice would you give them?
I think definitely invest in the right training, firstly. Be willing not to make like any money for the first year at least. Like we literally made nothing the first year.
If we take it back, like if I could start all over again and I knew there was someone that could teach me how to like communicate properly with my sales, my marketing, and how to actually provide the job properly, it'd be like we'd be in a much better position. But because we've had to learn from like all mistakes, make a mistake and learn from it. Like you obviously like if you turn up to someone's house and you do a bad job when we first started, probably to this day they may never use us again because we didn't know what we were doing 3 years ago.
Right.
So I'd say, where Jake's saying, invest in the training and the education and do it all from the start properly. Like save some money first, then go into it when you know things.
Got you. And that is something you guys are, offering right now.
Yeah, so we get thousands of messages a day on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, asking how we did it, any advice, any tips. So we're sort of launching in the next few weeks our online training where you can sign up, see how we done it, see how we market, see how we sell to people, everything like that.
Guys, I can't lie, it's been a crazy episode. The cars we've seen, the detailing jobs you're doing back there, and you guys have only been running for 3 years, and the numbers you're making is crazy. Thanks for having us here.
Appreciate it.
There you have it, guys. This has been More Than Numbers.